Hello YouTube and welcome back to Let's Play Dungeon Defenders. In this episode I lowered the resolution quite a bit more and turned on the higher quality graphics and the post-processing because now that it is a lower resolution the game can still run decently with the higher end graphics and all that. So yeah, that should look cooler, hopefully. And again, hopefully the lower resolution will help the gameplay be smoother and upload time be smaller and all that good stuff. Alright, so, like always, basically the only thing I'm ever going to be building as the monk is that 3 aura stack where I have the ensnare aura, electric aura, and power drain or strength drain aura. That way I can slow down the enemy, damage them over time, and get rid of any elemental affinities that might get in the way of those things. Alright, so I only have enough mana to build those two, which if you remember from the other times I played this level, all the enemies have to pass through those 2 points, except for the ones that go through the back. So those I'm actually going to take care of myself, as you can see on the map. So here, just go in and take that guy out. And I didn't upgrade my weapon, although now I kind of want to. But it's just a pretty good weapon. It has about 90 to 100 damage per strike, I should say. Like, not necessarily damage per second, but just each attack does about 90 to 100 damage, which is pretty good. Especially when a lot of my enemies only have like 70 or 100 damage, or HP. So that's nice. And yeah, my electric aura does over 100 damage, so also nice. Alright, so it's pretty much my only defense that I really need to make, just this little 3 aura set thing. I'm just going to be placing that on different parts of the map, on all the maps that I go to. So there's not too much strategy with this, because you don't really need that much of a variety. Now, once you do get to like level 12, if you increase your stats the way that I increased mine, then the auras will be self-sufficient, and you don't really need any other defenses or anything to deal with enemies. The only problems you might have are when the enemies have more health, so it, or not necessarily when they have more health, but just when your defenses start running low on HP, just because they lose health over time and all that. So increasing your HP stat for your defenses is pretty important. And I was also thinking increasing your damage and your attack or rate of fire. Those would actually kind of replace the need for HP and range if you did it enough. Because if you're attacking strong enough and fast enough, then you don't really need to be attacking for a long enough time. And because you won't be attacking for as long of a time, it won't be requiring as much HP on your defenses. But I've never actually tested that theory. It's just something I thought of a little bit ago. So definitely take that with a grain of salt, I guess, because HP and range are always important, especially when you're dealing with wyverns. Having a bigger aura increases the chances that they'll actually be within the range, of course depending on where the wyverns are and where the auras are. So really the whole strategy behind using the monk is just knowing where to place your towers or your auras, and really just knowing how to defend them from ogres, because that's really the main stumbling block, I guess, of the monk, is that he's not really great against ogres with his defenses. But if you do have other characters, or you're playing with friends or something, then usually just putting in like a spike blockade, or maybe even like a harpoon turret or something within the aura is pretty helpful, because then the ogre will be stopped and even damaged a little when he's in the aura, just because of all the other defenses that are in there, I guess, which I'm not sure if I'm making a lot of sense, but if you put a spike blockade from a squire inside the auras, then the ogre would have to stop and attack the spike blockade, which would mean that he's taking more time, or spending more time in the aura and taking more damage. Plus the spike blockade would also hurt the ogre, depending on which direction he's attacking it from. Alright, and something else I should mention is that even starting on the second wave on this map, the goblins get their little level increase so that they're a little bit stronger, which makes them a little bit better at getting through the auras, like they don't die as quickly, but they're still not that great, so they can still get through them pretty well. And I should also mention that this is the boss stage, the first of the 3 bosses that I usually go through in my Let's Plays. So that's also a weakness of the monk, where he's not really the best against bosses, particularly this one, because it moves around a lot and it's not usually in the range of his auras. Like, I would need some pretty big auras to be able to catch the boss on most parts of the map. But one good thing that the monk does have with bosses and ogres in general is the healing aura, and that's good at keeping you alive so that you can actually go in and fight the boss or ogre one-on-one pretty much. And of course, like I said, the healing aura does help to keep you alive through all that, so it is very helpful in that regard. It's just not as great, the monk itself isn't that great at fighting or its auras aren't very good at fighting the boss, but it is helpful when you are fighting the boss, if that makes sense. Alright, so I'm actually just during or between waves, I'll actually upgrade the auras. During the wave, I'll just kind of stand around near the auras so that you can actually see the enemies get killed by it and everything. I'm not really sure how important or how much priority I should put in towards getting the equipment that's on the field or on the map, on the floor. It's better. I'll pick that up because it gives me the range increase. And actually, you know what? I forget what I said. I'm just gonna upgrade these during the wave. Alright, so I know it's kind of early to be talking about the next season, I guess, of Dungeon Defenders, like the next Let's Play character that I'll use. But if you do have suggestions on which one I should use next, whether it be a new hero that I haven't done a Let's Play of, or if I should revisit like the Squire or the Apprentice and just keep going on hard mode, or different maps on easy, or just anything at all, always remember to leave those in the comments, any suggestions, because if you do wait until the very end, then there's a chance that I might not actually get your suggestion until after I start recording. So that would basically make you have to wait like another 2 or 3 weeks before I can actually do anything with your requests, pretty much, unless you're requesting something that I actually did start doing. So anyways, this is round 6 of 7, or wave 6 of 7, and there's no ogres in this stage, just because they're putting in a boss at the end, so they don't want to give you an ogre to have to deal with, which is kind of nice of the developers, I guess, but the boss is lame. I mean, not lame, the boss is pretty cool, but you know what I mean. And of course the kobold's already lighting his fuse, which means that if he's running, he might... Ooh, that was close. He might be able to run through the aura if he's already got his fuse lit. But obviously he did not make it all the way through, which is pretty helpful. Alright, so I could also just continue with the monk and just keep going until I get to like level 70. Maybe that could be a thing that I do. I do know eventually it'd be nice if I could do a Let's Play of every character getting up to level 70, but I really want to be done playing Dungeon Defenders 1 by the time Dungeon Defenders 2 comes out, and I don't think I'm moving at a fast enough pace to get like all 8 or 10 champions or heroes up to level 70 before then. I mean, if I was just stopping to play every day and play for hours and hours, then yeah, I could totally do that, but since I'm only doing this in like 1 level per day, pretty much, for 5 days a week, I don't think I'm going to be able to get that far in that time frame. So, with that in mind, like I said, I do want to stop playing Dungeon Defenders 1 when Dungeon Defenders 2 comes out, but I don't necessarily have to stop. So leave comments below about that topic, and whether or not you'd like to see me continue playing Dungeon Defenders 1 to get all the characters up to level 70 before Dungeon Defenders 2, or even after it comes out. And of course I will be doing a Let's Play of Dungeon Defenders 2 when it is out, because that would be pretty awesome. I mean, you know, I'd really like that game, so I'm sure I will like the game, even though I obviously haven't even played it, just because I like Dungeon Defenders 1, so I'm assuming Dungeon Defenders 2 is going to be equally awesome, if not more awesome. Even though looking from the screenshots, not entirely the biggest fan of the art style, artwork stuff that they've shown. I guess just because they kind of went a little bit more on the cartoony side rather than the more realistic side, I guess. And some people were talking about how the Dungeon Defenders 1 does look more cartoony, but I see it a little bit more on the realistic side. I mean, I know that it is a little bit cartoony stylized, I should say, but I still see it more as more on the realistic side than the stylized side. But anyways, that's just personal opinion. Just preparing these last auras, and something that I usually forget to talk about on this stage, but I think actually I might usually talk about. The Dark Elf Mage is the new enemy type that appears on this stage, and hopefully the Dark Elf archers ignore me, but no mages yet. The mages come in through those side doors there and over there, and they will spawn skeletons and then shoot fireballs and heal their allies, and it's just really annoying and frustrating for reasons that I've already explained in other episodes. So let's see, are there any here yet? Check the map. No, none yet. Oh wait, there is some up there. I forgot that they came from up there. That's weird. Alright, I am pretty sure auras work pretty well against Dark Elf mages as long as you're pretty far away from the aura, because similar to the Dark Elf archer, the Dark Elf mage will target you before targeting your defenses, and I mean there aren't really any defenses to target because the auras can't be harmed by the enemies directly, so the enemies don't like see the aura as a threat, they just walk right into it. So the Dark Elf archers and mages, they're never gonna focus on the auras obviously, so they're pretty much always gonna be targeting you. But the whole point of what I was trying to say was that if you're standing like in the aura or near the edge of the aura that the enemy is coming from, then the Dark Elf Archer and the Dark Elf Mage are just going to stomp from a distance and attack you from a distance and not actually get into the aura. So you kind of have to just step back and let the aura do its thing, which is nothing. It doesn't do anything. I mean, it hurts them, but it's not like it's moving or anything to do anything. But so you have to let the Dark Elf Mage and Archers just walk right into it and just kind of sit back and relax, which is kind of boring sometimes when you're just sitting here looking at the screen and just waiting for the round to end. That's just kind of the downside of being a monk. So you're just kind of waiting. And I wish there was some kind of button to just sit down or something and just wait. Because like I said, it does get kind of boring just walking around repairing stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the life of the monk. I mean, unless you want to go like totally DPS monk and just go in and kill stuff, but that doesn't happen as often, especially not when you're playing solo. Which also brings me to my next point. I know that I had said previously that I wanted to do a Let's Play of each of the characters, one player, and then do hard mode with one extra player, and then insane with 2 or 3 extra players, so that we have a 4-player insane team. And I'd still like that idea, but because I've pretty much explained all of the basics of the monk, and there's not really much else to cover, if any of you do want to play Dungeon Defenders with me and just kind of get through this little Let's Play, then sure, send me a message on YouTube. Probably not in the comments, just because I do read all the comments, but probably wouldn't want to be discussing your own personal plan and schedule and stuff on the comment where everyone can read it. And I just realized I forgot to build a healing aura. I should do that right now. Well, actually, not quite right now, because my first priority when fighting this Demon King is to, or is it Demon King or Demon Lord? I wasn't paying attention, but is to attack these Tesla towers and avoid the fire and avoid the demon thing, whatever it is. Dang it, I'm gonna die. Oh boy. Press 1 to heal, and that doesn't help too much. Alright, come on. Almost there. Alright, so now while he's being hurt, place a healing aura, because he's also being stunned by the fire, and that was close, because even the healing aura isn't perfect, and I'm trying to upgrade it, but he keeps hurting me and stopping me. Dang it, alright, that's not going to happen. Alright, so my strategy right now is basically attack him from a distance with my obviously long distance attack, and then just wait for the auras to come back online so that I can kill them and shock the boss with them. Alright, that was a great intellectual description of my plan. Sarcasm. Alright, so almost there. Come on, almost. There we go. Alright, now just get back in the healing aura. Yeah, I'm in it. I'm in the aura. And then just attack from the safety of my healing aura, which I can't even really see that well. I'm just gonna zoom out. It's not a good idea. But, so that's pretty cool. You can kind of see it. It's a little bit see-through, or transparent, I guess, which is still cool looking, I guess. But, alright, so let's see. Don't stand in the fire. But, no, I'm not going to be able to upgrade it. Come on. Would be nice if I had a stronger weapon. But he, as in the boss, will drop a stronger weapon for me once I defeat him. Come on. Almost. I mean, I'm not even that close to defeating him, but, well, dang it, he stepped on me. Yeah, that's the problem with the boss. Sometimes he will just step on you or land on you, and... Is that... Oh, it's the crystal with low health, but it's the healing aura with low health. That's a problem. I should fix that. Come on. That's not good. Alright, there we go. So, I guess I could also put down like a electric and snare and strength drain aura here. But the problem with that is he's not always within the range of the aura, so it would kind of not really be a waste, but it just wouldn't always be effective. And that's actually kind of the plan that I usually do is, well, actually, that does remind me. Let's see if I can do this well. One plan that I usually try to use is to hurt... Oh, dang it. I was going to say, to hurt the last Tesla spike up until it's really close to death, and then just stand in one of your auras, one of the strength drain and electric type auras and stuff, one of these, and then he will actually come over and follow you and stand in the aura for a little while. And while he's there, especially if you have a teammate, if you can use that point to actually go in and attack the Tesla tower to get him stuck in the aura, then that's pretty good. But he actually is kind of close to death, and so am I. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish this because my other auras are running out of health, which is something you have to keep track of when you're playing as the monk and fighting a boss, and get back into the healing aura. Obviously all of your other defenses are still losing their health, and this wave doesn't end until you defeat the boss, and the enemies will just keep pouring in, so that's always a problem. But he's almost dead. Is this it? Is this the end? Almost. Come on. Almost there. And... yes. Alright. Finally. Alright. So yeah, that's basically that level. And, let's see. Item box. What did he drop? What is that? Where is what he dropped? Here we go. The Spear of the Void. It's actually not as good doesn't have as strong of a physical attack, I guess, but it does have a stronger ranged attack, and it does increase the damage of my defenses. I guess I'll take it. Actually, wait, I can't, because I have to be level 14. Oh well. But I can level up. Alright, so no, that's leveled up fine. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see, I'm actually going to upgrade one of my equipment pieces to increase my range even more, because you know I enjoy the range. Alright, and in the next episode my auras are going to be much bigger because of all this range that I'm putting in. Alright, and oh dang it, of course the one with movement speed I can't upgrade. And yeah, I'll upgrade the attack. Just because, and again, in case any of you are new and don't know, I've got just about 2 billion mana. So yeah, that's kind of cheating. I feel like it's kind of cheating, and I don't need to go around collecting all this mana, because again, I have 2 billion, and the actual mana number isn't changing in the where it says how much mana I have. So maybe I'm not actually collecting this mana because I have so much. I don't know. So that's it for this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.